Do you think it was a coincidence that Captain Rex took the Bad Batch to the same planet that Cal Kestis eventually works on? Captain Rex had definitely encountered Braca before he brought the Bad Batch there, which is why he knew that Braca would have recovered Venators in a scrapyard. And he also knew exactly where to take the Bad Batch to get their inhibitor chips removed. So it seems a little too much of a coincidence that Captain Rex would go to the same location that Cal Kestis was working on while he was working in the Scrappers Guild. Captain Rex had spent a lot of time scouting out the galaxy before he met up with the Bad Batch, so I'm sure he came across Braca as well as many other planets. After Order 66, Captain Rex landed and presumably parted ways with Ahsoka Tano. We can assume that Ahsoka wanted a completely different life than what Rex wanted, which is why the two parted ways. And eventually Captain Rex would find his way to Braca and exploring other planets throughout the galaxy. But another familiar face was also on Braca because Cal Kestis worked for the Scrappers Guild on the same planet. After Order 66, we don't exactly know where Cal Kestis went, but we do know he flew away on a ship and he eventually finds his way to Braca. We can assume that Cal would eventually need to find a job because after Order 66, Cal needed a way of supporting himself and also to lay low and blend in because he was a target to the Empire. So after Order 66, he joined the Scrappers Guild as a rigger. Based on the timeline, I think this gives an opportunity for Rex and Cal to have been on Braca at the same time. Perhaps Rex even helped Cal get a job in the Scrappers Guild, or he was the one to give him the idea in the first place. Thinking of Captain Rex meeting and speaking with Cal is pretty touching because we have to remember that Cal had just witnessed the clones firing upon him and his master. But knowing Rex, he could calm him down and convince Cal that he was no longer under the influence of his inhibitor chip. I think it makes sense that Cal would have had help in getting himself a job, and if it had been Captain Rex, I think that would be such a brilliant idea. Jedi Padawans were heavily educated on politics, different planets, and their trades and cultures around the galaxy. But still, Cal is pretty young, and he really only knows the galaxy as it was during the Clone Wars. So it's entirely possible that Cal would have been capable enough to set himself up with a job, but I do think it's nicer to think that Cal would have had a little help with someone with a lot of experience and knowledge like Captain Rex. Also, if you're a Captain Rex fan, check out this video I did on Captain Rex's armor. I explained why Captain Rex made modifications to his armor and how it helps him complete his missions.